Welcome to the box seat. I'm Adam McGrath and joined by Mark Olmos. Mark, looking forward to the 8-race card at Ascot.
Yeah, it looks to be a hot one at Ascot as well. We will be celebrating all the Asian race clubs and it should be a fantastic day with plenty of trophy presentations as well and a lot of dignitaries coming from all those countries. Should be a great day of racing.
Let's take a look at the conditions that we are going to be faced with. The movable rail is out 9 metres. As we said, it is going to be very warm out there. Will that play a part in the racing? We'll have to wait and see for those early patterns. But let's get straight into race number 1, 66 plus over the 2200 metres.
Yeah, it looks to be a really intriguing race. A lot of these staying races can be, Adam, but the horse we're going to take a look at is Let's Twist, running an on a second last start.
Sunset Superman, but Blustery burned them off and raced a length and a half clear from Let's Twist. Spawn Jeweler, Roll On John, further back Dagalad makes up ground, but Blustery clear of Let's Twist when they go by the 100, wanting to shift a bit of ground. Blustery clear of Let's Twist in the run to the line and comes away. Blustery too good, beat Let's Twist in the Quinella for the day.
She's very consistent, this mare, and she's certainly got very nice sustaining abilities. We know that with the breeding and what we've seen so far. I think the biggest positive here, not only barrier 3 in a small field, but is the 54 kilos. She's carried the 59s and the 58s in this prep and been very honest. Look, beaten by Blustery last start and beaten quite easily as well. Blustery went down midweek. I'm not too worried about those form lines. I still think with a nice card up into the race, she can play a big part.
She did fight on quite well, as you saw in the replay as well. Blustery came out and ran a nice race on Wednesday, Adam. I think those form lines should hold up. She just looks to have a bit of class and a bit more scope for potential. Hopefully we see that on Saturday. Of the rest, Adam, we've got a fair few in there that are chances. 11th second, we saw it win very impressively 2 starts ago, leading all the way, and wasn't disgraced last start.
No, it certainly wasn't. It was a nice win over the 1800 metres 2 starts ago, then stepped up to the 2200. And I know that speaking to the connections after the race, they just thought that they should have rolled a little bit more, and I think Brad PARNHAM felt the same. There was a tough speed battle early. I expect that with the way this race is sort of setting up, that I Done It and 11 seconds will be the ones out in front. I think it'll be run at a very genuine tempo.
Number 7, TOMMI TOOCAN, they ran a very, very good race behind At The Ready last start. Probably the wrong part of the track as well, but hit the line very nicely.
Well, if you take a look at The Ready, it took the run that TOMMI TOOCAN should have. Kate Winton just got a little bit impatient and she went around heels, and William Pike was able to go straight down the inside and managed to get the job done. But it did attack the line strongly, can definitely play a part in this with a nice turn of foot as well. But I'm going to go with number 4, 11 seconds. From 8, TOPPA DAWOZZA, 7, TOMMI TOOCAN, and 6, Let's Twist.
Number 6 goes on top for me. She won't know herself, Let's Twist, with the 54 kilos on her back. From number 7, TOMMI TOOCAN, 4, 11 seconds, and 8, TOPPA DAWOZZA.
Race number 2 at Ascot. It's an event for the 2-year-olds over the 1100 metres, and Mark, there's some really good form lines around this, including Magic Millions, some nice trials, and I think we've got some very nice types coming through here.
Yeah, the Magic Millions form lines you speak of have certainly held up. Of course, Driftwood Girl won at Ascot on the 21st of January. Beat Lucy May. Let's have a look at that replay.
50 to go. Lucy May and over on the inside, time and our side together. A length and a half away. Coming around their heels is Driftwood Girl with her run. And down the outside is Frosty Beverage. At the 100 metres mark, Lucy May tackled by Driftwood Girl. Frosty Beverage. Driftwood Girl got ahead in front from Lucy May, and Driftwood Girl salutes.
It was a nice win by Driftwood Girl on that occasion. Was able just to get around the heels and attack the line strongly. Was pushed out by Brad PARNHAM over the end. That was over 1,000 metres. Now, I know Lucy May came out and won in the Magic Millions race, so the form lines look good, but I think the step up to the 1100 metres is a slight question, because I think there's some really nice types in here. I think RIASC, Golden Trigger, and you and I probably have her covered in this race.
I actually really like her moving towards the races, like the Caracutter and even the size produce over 1400 metres. Being by the sire of the moment, not a single doubt. He's kicking plenty of goals at stud at the moment. And we've also got in the race number 2, RIASC. I know you've got a lot of time for this galloper. Ran a nice race in the Magic Millions.
I think this horse can win almost every 2-year-old race. It should have won the Magic Millions despite the track. It was on the inside and the winner came on a better part of the track through there. So I think RIASC moving forward is one to continue to follow. The first run only beaten a nose by Keeper Keen was sensational. Bit of a tricky barrier here, but I just think he's going to be better than them.
Number 3, Golden Trigger, probably needed the run first up is what connections suggested. Did have to do it the tough way outside of the leader, but look, it was still a good effort. Should get another good run. Thankfully this time, and he's been blessed with good barriers.
Yeah, and Brad McDougall said that, and even in the pre-race, that he thought this horse might be a little bit fat. Now, it went through the race okay. You could see as they cornered for home, it just switched off at the top of the straight. Now, the blinkers going on is the massive positive here. This horse will jump to the front, lead, and it'll be the one to catch.
Adam, you're on top selection.
I'm going to go with number 2, RIASC. From 4, You and My, number 3, Golden Trigger, and 1, Driftwood Girl.
Yeah, I've got the Trigger on top. Number 3, Golden Trigger. From the 1, Driftwood Girl. Number 7, Fire Ant. And number 10, the first starter, Express Seller.
Race number 3 at Ascot, it's over the 1100 metres, and Mark, again another race where there is plenty of speed.
Yeah, and plenty of chances as well, Adam. One of those has to be number 6 Universal Moon, was well beaten by Seeker. Let's have a look at that run.
Seeker, they've hit the front when they go to the 200 metre mark. It's Seeker. It raced about 2.5 clear from Universal Moon. Spiritualised can't go on. Speeding Comet, but Seeker's running away from them. Boy, look at Seeker go. It's Seeker opening up and drawing right away with an impressive winner. Seeker by 5 lengths.
It's good performance by Universal Moon. I think she was just about at the end of her career, but she started to run some consistent races. You can see in her last 5, she's finished second on 4 occasions. Maybe that's a small concern that she's not getting the job done, but she is giving the connections a check every time they go around. I know they have been a little bit worried that she doesn't get out of the gate. You've seen mature Ortier rider and Douglas White. Patrick Carberry takes the ride for this start, so he'll need to really dig her up through the early stages. Look, she's a nice time. She's not doing anything wrong, but I do think there's more with better scope in the race.
Yeah, thankfully for mine, there's no Seekers in this race. And back to fillies and mares, I think, is a very big positive for Universal Moon. And Patrick Carberry will give the positive ride that she needs. We've also got in the race up the top there, Adam, Conceited, Simon Miller trains, and Sarah Bonner rides, taking off 3 kilos. We saw some nice performances last preparation. Let's hope she's come on with it.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, you go back to the last prep and you remember those battles that she had with Furious Dame on that occasion, and they were some really nice runs. Now, back at Ascot, this horse has had the 2 starts, only placed on 1 occasion, but with 56.5 kilos, I think she comes right into the mix. She's had 3 runs first up and has placed on all 3 occasions. The recent trial was good behind Great Shot.
Let's touch on the filly of the field, Diamond Princess. Jerry Noski rides for Simon Foster here. Now, last start was pretty game in the 3-year-old Magic Millions race. Simon Foster gave her a good push in the week leading up to it as well, so expect her to run a good race.
150 metres out, she looked as though she was going to pinch it from everyone, but she just tied late, so I think dropping down from the 1200 to the 1100 is a big bonus. I know they also didn't want a soft 5 on that occasion, so a firmer track here at Ascot I think puts her right into the mix. I've got her second in this race because I'm going to go with 1 Conceited, from 10 Diamond Princess, 2 Spiritualised and 4 Le Patron.
I've got the replay horse on top here, number 6 Universal Moon, from the 10 Diamond Princess, number 4 Le Patron, and the 8 Calamari Safari.
Race number 4 at Ascot, it's another event over the 1100 metres, and again a really even field again in front of us.
Yes, and our replay horse we're going to have a look at is one. It's past 2. We'll have a look at the most recent of those wins of Tentaden.
Secret Assault goes back to the inside, and then came Dawn's Flyer down the centre with Supposition inside the 200. Tentaden fighting on in good style. American Star is gone, I think. Secret Assault's getting up on the inside. Tentaden in front. Secret Assault's after it, but Tentaden still in front. Supposition late, then Dawn's Flyer, but Tentaden holding Secret Assault and Supposition, and Dawn's Flyer and Tentaden.
5-year-olds had a very interesting campaign. We've been waiting for this horse to do it for a long time. It's been inconsistent at times, but has strung 2 together. Also got a couple of question marks out there. Carries the 56 here against some really nice types. Stepping up to Ascot type of company. It's never placed here before. So look, on recent form lines, it's certainly one to beat, but does it match up against some of the Juxtat Naturals, Patrimonio, Star Glitters, who are match hard fit and we know can produce the goods against Saturday Company horses? I'm not quite sure.
I'd have to agree with all of those points, but you do have to respect the winning form. Peter Hall's riding well, and the Pierce Yard absolutely flying at the moment. Even those colours we've seen win a fair few races in recent time. We've also got, Adam, number 3 Patrimonio. I think he's proven this preparation that he's not just a fresh horse, despite being beaten last start, but only a length by Dane Finn.
Yeah, I agree with you completely here. Look, this horse has only ever won first up in its entire career. Last start, all it was beaten by was this barrier. That was our concern going into the race. Had barrier 1 and just got stuck, had to do a little bit too much and went down to Dane Finn. Those form lines are really strong. They've held up throughout as well. Barrier 6 is ideal. 2 runs at the tracking distance for 2 seconds, and it gets genuine speed.
Number 2 in the race as well, Just Act Natural. The blinkers come off, of course, race last week and missed the start, was slow to muster, just wasn't his usual self. Ended up running a reasonable last 600 as well. So, look, the 1 week backup's the query for me.
Yeah, look, as you said, there was so much speed in that last race. Missed a kick, and from that, race was over. I really like it here again with the blinkers off, 1100 metres. Kate Whitten on board as well. Barrier 1, I'm not concerned that this horse is going to miss a kick again. I think it was just a one-off, so he can certainly run a race again and be hard to beat, and that's the way that I'm tipping. Number 2, Just Act Natural. From 3, Patrimonio. 1, Border Scott, and 10, 12 rounds.
I've got number 3 on top here, Patrimonio. From the 4 Star Glitter, 5 Duendus, and number 6, Mr. Africa.